Alexis here, crafter behind Pergaloo.com. Today I have a fun clay project to share with you guys. We are going to be making some oven-baked clay earrings. I'm wearing a pair and I have some more here on the table in front of me. I've made my share of clay earrings in the past, but this is my first time doing a fun hoop earring and I'm really excited with how they turned out, and I think you guys are going to love them too. This video is sponsored by Sculpey. I love working with Sculpey clay, and today I'm going to be using the Sculpey Souffle, this stuff right here. It's a premium oven-baked clay that works really well for making jewelry, all kinds of things, but I like to use it to make jewelry, and that's what we're going to be doing today. So if you are ready to make some earrings, let's get started. So for this project, you're going to need your Sculpey Souffle. This is the brand new souffle color. It's called French Pink, and it's just a really beautiful kind of light pink color. And I think it pairs really beautifully with a gray like this. This is concrete. I think those look beautiful together. Or to go for the more warmer end, it looks beautiful with like this cinnamon color as well, which I think maybe is what I'm gonna do. You're also going to need some liquid Sculpey. I'm using the clear color. Then you will need some round cookie cutters, or you could even use like a shot glass. Anything round that's also oven safe that can go in your oven. And then the last thing you need are some earring backs. You want the kind that has a small flat back stud, just like that. So to get started, I'm gonna cut off some of this beautiful French pink color and start kneading it and warming it up and just getting it nice and soft. You can just do this with your hands, just knead it and roll it together, trying to warm it up so it becomes softer, more pliable, easier to work with. And if you have a clay conditioner roller machine like this, you can use that to help you soften up the clay. It's not necessary, but it can save your hands a little bit. All right, so now I have a few pieces of my French pink that I've rolled out here with my pasta roller. You could also just roll it with a rolling pin or just kind of flatten it out with your hands. It doesn't have to be perfect at all. And then I've also got a few strips of the igloo color, which is the white. And then I'm using this cinnamon color as well. I've got a couple of those. So I'm just going to kind of like stack these up a little bit, maybe like that. Kind of going for a marbled look. So I'm just going to start swirling those together and see what kind of a pattern we can get here. The more you twist, the more of a mixed marbled look that you're gonna get. So if you want more clear defined lines, then you don't want to twist it as much. At this stage, I want to just very gently roll this out, and I'm gonna make kind of a long snake rope here, and I want to try to give it a really kind of consistent thickness. And I want it to be about the thickness of like a pencil, just very light pressure so that it's nice and round. So now I'm gonna use my round cookie cutter, clay cutter to shape the hoop. So just wanna show you, this is an earring I already did earlier. This one I had some more marbling, the color's a little lighter, more subtle maybe. So I just wanna show you that I used this size clay cutter, but your earring is going to be a lot bigger than the clay cutter. So just keep that in mind. So I'm just gonna cut off a section of my rope here. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to wrap. Obviously I have more rope than I need here. So for the top, this is gonna be the top of the earring right here. And I want that one to kind of go straight off the top. So that's where it's going to connect to the ear. So I'm just gonna cut it right there. And then this one, the other end, I'm going to wrap up around and then trim that as well. All right, so that is what it's looking like. Because I only have one cookie cutter of each size, I'm gonna bake these one at a time. And I'm going to put this in my oven at 275 degrees for 30 minutes per 1/4 inch of thickness. All right, so this is out of the oven and cooled. I just need to carefully remove that cookie cutter. And that's what it looks like. So we're gonna repeat that with another piece of our rope here. I can use my baked piece kind of as a guide to make sure getting kind of the same length of wrap. All right, so I'm gonna put this back into my 275 degree oven for 15 minutes per 1/4 inch of thickness. I made a few different styles of earrings. For this one, I just rolled out a rope of the French pink and then scattered a few tiny pieces of the white and concrete gray around and rolled those into my rope. I then twisted it again, rolled it out, and filled in any holes with some extra speckles. This creates a kind of modern polka dot speckled look. For this one, I used 2 ropes of the French pink and 2 ropes of ivory, and I stacked them in a kind of checkerboard square pattern. Then I rolled that out, being careful as I rolled to not twist because I wanted to keep the separate colors more like lines rather than a twist. This will give you a striped look when you're wearing the hoops, but you'll have that cross section of the checkerboard design. Okay, so after baking, here are what my hoops look like. So now that these are cooled, it's time to add the earring backs, the little earring posts here. And to do that, we are going to be using the Liquid Sculpey. The clear is the one that I have here. All right, so I've got a little baking sheet here, and then I have some tin foil. And I'm going to use this to help me hold my hoops here vertical so that when I'm positioning the posts with the Liquid Sculpey that they won't slip or slide around. So you can see how I've attached this post with the Liquid Sculpey, and the Liquid Sculpey is actually over the tip of the post there, and it's really firmly attached. It's not gonna come off like sometimes glued posts do. It gives you really nice strong adhesion, and so your earring posts will not come off of your earrings. So to do that, I'm just going to take my little piece of crumpled up tin foil here, and then I'm going to kind of slide my hoops around that and then bend the foil around that. I'm gonna use the tin foil to help me use gravity to keep those posts where I want them to be. So I'm going to be attaching the posts right there. So to do that, I just need a drop of Liquid Sculpey. That was maybe even a little bit more than I needed, but just a little bit. And then I'm gonna take that post, and in fact, I'll steal a little bit and put it over on this one. Just like that. And then I'm gonna take just one more drop and put it kind of on top. So then the post will be almost like baked into the end of the hoop. So those are all positioned with the Liquid Sculpey on the ends, and I got my tinfoil little structures supporting them and keeping them nice and flat on the top. So the baking instructions for Liquid Sculpey are to bake in a 300-degree oven for 15 minutes for thicknesses under 1/4 inch, which is what we have here. So let's go bake these. All right, here they are after baking and cooling. So I'm just going to unwrap the foil. And at this point, these earrings are all done and ready to wear. I'm so happy with how these earrings turned out, and they were a really fun project too. I hope that you've enjoyed watching this video and that you will be making your own clay hoop earrings soon. Until next time, happy making. Bye.